if you find yourself ever being a bit anxious, maybe just kind of always in a rush, never can be present in the moment, and you're always looking to the future, and you'll always have this kind of stress of you're not successful yet, then stick with me and I'll share with you how I was able to overcome that. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Petruso. I own an insurance agency. I've done over $10 million in sales, and I also own a real estate investment company, and I have a life that I completely designed and have complete control over. I'm at peace. I'm constantly growing. I have great relationships, and my life is a dream in comparison to what it was maybe just 5 or 10 years ago, when I was very anxious. I was always looking to the future, and I just didn't have a grip on my mind, right? Like, I was always in a hurry. I would always fumble over a lot of things that were going on, and I couldn't be present to give my best, right? I was always living in the future. So if you're a high functioning entrepreneur and you have this kind of anxiety or stress that you're not there yet, I want to help you and think through it together so we can overcome that, and you can gain control of your emotions, gain control of your life, and act with grace and peace and get everything, and not be in a position where you're stressed and not enjoying the moment, right? So the reason why I tell you this is because this is literally how I lived for most of my 20s. I was always going to events. I had a long-term girlfriend in my 20s, and we would go to, I remember specifically, it was New Year's Eve, and I was 28 years old, I believe, and I was already fairly successful. I already had started my insurance agency. I already had my real estate investment company, and I really didn't need money anymore, right? Like, money was already kind of solved, right? I already had the financial freedom, but I was always anxious. And it was New Year's, and I was with all my friends. I was with my girlfriend, and I just remember I was miserable because I was like, I'm wasting time. I don't know why I'm here. I should be working. I should be doing something different, because this moment is not giving me any benefit to my life, to my future. And it's not a good way to live, right? Because you're robbing people of the best version of you in the moment. Yes, of course, we need to have a outlook for the future. We need to have a delayed gratification of what we could achieve in the future, but not at the cost of the present. And I know a lot of young men and even older men that never get out of it, and they always stay in this constant hunt for the future and can never be grateful for what they have now. And because a lot of times what we think that if we lose that desire, that hunger for the future, we will lose that thing that made us special, that got us here. And I want to promise you that's not the case, because when I slowed down and I started acting with grace and peace and gratitude, I actually started making more money. My life got better. The people, my relationships got better. Everything got better. It wasn't the anxious, always looking to the future Matt that was the best version. It was that was actually a dulled down version of who I could be. And that's a dulled down version of who you could be. So if you're in a moment when, and I'm going to give you a tool that I use to get over that, because it takes time. Your brain creates a habitual, acts that becomes your normal state. And it became my normal state. Anxiety, stress, and just kind of always living in the future became my normal state. So it will be difficult to change your normal state to a more calm and more peaceful and more accomplished and organized person. That's not who I was naturally. I had to work at it. And the way you do it is by telling yourself that you are in control and slowing down. So I still do this to this day. It gets better, but I still catch myself even acting out of a rush. Like, I was just leaving the gym, and for no reason, I have this like natural anxiety of like, I gotta go, I gotta rush, I always gotta be in a hurry. And I caught myself kind of zipping up my, not zipping up my bag with my boxing gloves and just like kind of rushing. And I said, Matt, and I say this to myself, and I said, Matt, slow down, you're in control. It's your life, Nobody's telling you you have to go anywhere. And the reason why most people live in this constant state of anxiety or stress and anxious, feeling is because they feel as if somebody else is dictating their terms. So like if I have to be somewhere and I'm late, I'm rushing, right? Because I'm not in control of the situation. But if you take control of your finances, you take control of your body, your mind, and you never have to be anywhere other than what you set, right? You set the terms of your life. So you can then dictate how calm, peaceful, and successful you can be. Because the more at ease with who you are and at peace with the moment, the more clarity you will get on who you can be and how you can actually show up for the people in your world. This anxious state of constantly thinking of you're not good enough, or there needs to be another achievement that you have to reach, or you won't be good enough, is a state of scarcity. And that state can only cause harm. It may cause you to see success in the short term, but from a long-term perspective, your peace is much more valuable, because we only have one time here, right? We only have one time on this planet, and you want the ability to have control over your money. You want to have the ability to have control over your relationships. You want to have control over the ability to put the food and lift the weights that you need to keep a strong and healthy body, right? You want to have control over those things. And that is why it is so vitally important to slow yourself down, because when we act out of our, primal brain, what happens is we start acting in survival mode. We are no longer in growth mode, we are in survival mode. So you want to move from survival to growth. And that is the only way your life will ever exceed what your wildest expectations will ever be. Because if you are in control of the situation in the moment, that compounds, right? All we can think about is how we control the situation right now. We can't control the future. We can't control things that are outside of right now. And if you can calm yourself in the moment, think about what is the best possible thing that I can do right now. Is it throwing that piece of trash out that is sitting on the ground and I thought about it, but I'm just going to leave it there and not pick it up? Or is it I'm going to pick up that piece of trash, I'm going to take some extra time out of my day because it is my choice to keep the world clean, to make the world a better place, and to show up as you should. And same with your home. Like, are you going to make the bed? Are you going to take an extra second, clean your area up, leave your home at peace? Because if your home is at peace, your car is at peace, your life is at peace, then you can act at a higher frequency. That is the purpose of why you are here. So I want you to slow down and tell yourself, every time you find yourself getting a little bit anxious, acting a little bit rushed, it's okay. I'm in control. This is my life. Slow down. And I promise you, if you do that, that will become your natural state. It will be difficult, but it is simple enough to just compound. That is what I'm here for you. I want to see you slow down. I want to see you succeed, and I want to see you win. Okay? So if this video was helpful for you, I hope it was. It was extremely helpful for me in my life to overcome those moments of anxiety, those moments of stress, and I want you to take control of your emotions and bring it into the real world so we can all thrive together. Okay? So comment, like, subscribe. Follow me over on Instagram, MOVMATT. And if you're interested in joining our community of like-minded men that are also on this mission of being better, being the best versions of ourselves, shoot me a message and I'll see if it's something that might be interesting to you. All right? Talk to you later. Peace.